You're listening to The Party. You're listening to The Party.
All right.
We're back here on the party.
Welcome to the party.
Yes.
We are here with some very special guests.
Yes.
All the way from Moncton.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Motorleague.
Yes.
Hello.
Sups.
I'm the only one who said anything. Hello.
Hey, oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for having us for the Motorleague from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada.
How's it going?
Good. Awesome. We're really glad to be back in Newfoundland.
Do you want to start it with some introductions?
Yeah, I'm Don.
Andrew.
Francis.
And Sean.
Cool.
Just introduced ourselves very, very badly. I think we could have done a way better job than that, but that's
So
okay.
let's elaborate a little bit. Where are you guys from? Like each of you, like, are you all from Moncton, New Brunswick?
That's a really interesting question because we are not. I am from I'm the only one from Moncton, New Brunswick.
Okay.
Andrew is
from Cape Breton, Sydney. So
Wasn't true for a second. I'm from Tragedy, Shiloh, New Brunswick.
and I'm also from Tracadie as well.
Tell us a little bit about Tracadie because nobody is going to know what Tracadie Charlotte is.
It's a little French shitty town in northern New Brunswick,
Crappy town.
and yeah, you could basically say that you're from the woods. And
They
that's
got
it.
great poutine.
They have great poutine and garlic fingers,
That's right.
and really like bad Acadian music up there.
We have a theory though: the more French the city, the better the poutine is going to be.
That is correct.
Like,
That's a fact.
yeah,
Direct correlation there.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's in New Brunswick. I guess when you get to Quebec, it might change a little bit, but.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
there's a mix of good and not so good.
Sean, you once told me a story, and I mean this is kind of insulting, and I hate to bring this up on the air, but you once told me a story that when you were a little kid, when people say like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" You'd be like, "I just want to be someone who gets out of this town."
Yeah. So that pretty much sums up my hometown, or our hometown, I guess, is you graduate and you get out of there.
Yeah,
But you always go
Okay.
back for the poutine.
you go back for the poutine. Okay.
So I think that's pretty
Now,
much something.
speaking of poutine, St. John's, Newfoundland has one of the best poutines on the planet. You guys may or may not know this, but you do, and it's called a wedge poutine. Have you ever had it?
Only at
Really?
Winkies.
Winkies, which is a
Yeah.
food truck outside of
Distortion.
outside of like Distortion, where Jungle Jim's is and Kelly's, and it's just like it's wedge fries, which are just you know
Yeah.
what I mean, wedge fries, right?
Yeah.
And it's poutine, and you'd be like, okay, well I know what that's gonna taste like. You don't. You're wrong.
It's poop your pants
Like-
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we know what we're having for lunch before their show.
That sounds
Right,
really
right,
greasy.
right.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
It is
really
a must.
greasy. It's disgusting, but it's amazing. You'll love it.
It's like one of those really disgusting things that you have
That you
to
have to
have.
eat.
You just
Yeah.
feel
You
bad
know you're
about
gonna be-
yourself after. You're
Yeah.
like, oh.
I can't
But
believe
then,
it.
yeah, the next morning you're like, all right, I could go for another one.
Yeah. In Moncton, we have this place that sells poutine pizza. So it's like literally pizza and pizza sauce and cheese, and then like fries and cheese curds and gravy on top
Oh my
of it.
god.
And it's pretty much the best and worst thing you've ever had. Because it's really good. When you get it and it's fresh, it's amazing. But if you wait like 37 seconds so the gravy congeals, it's just disgusting. You're like eating like, you know, like that Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy after
Yeah.
it's been in the fridge for a day. And it gets like really thick and it looks like you know, continental drift.
Yeah.
So the cracks where the continents are splitting. Like, you know, that's what it looks like. But if you ever come to Moncton, you have to get poutine pizza. And tonight, you have to go downtown in St. John's and get wedge poutine.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we like our grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did Motorleague come about?
Oh God, it's
Considering that Don's the only original member of this
It's a
band,
long
he
story.
will elaborate on this one.
I don't know. I think that I played in this band called the Ditch Pigs, and we toured a lot, and it was fun. And then we broke up. Well, the guys kind of decided they wanted to break up. I didn't really want to break up, so I think I formed Motorleague to prove to them that like,
You won the breakup?
that I won the. It's totally
Nice.
I know it sounds petty, but you know when you break up with like a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of like you just want to do better than
Yeah.
them. It's like, oh, who are you dating now? I can date better than them. And I think that that's pretty much what it was. And when we started Motorleague, it was 2 people from the Ditch Pigs, and then we started Motorleague, and we were just like really ambitious out of the gate. And it was just for me, it was just to prove the guys in the Ditch Pigs like, yeah, you shouldn't have quit. And it's a very vindictive thing to say. And like we went out, we played Calgary, and one of the guys from the old Ditch Pigs came out to the show, and I was just like, yeah, we gotta like really rub it in his face that we're awesome. And I don't necessarily feel that way anymore. I think I've grown up a little bit, but yeah. But we lose a lot. We go through a lot of members in our band. It's both awesome and crappy, because people can't do it. Like people can't tour forever. They can't be just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go on the road and make no money and just live on the road. Like people put their couple years in, and then they're usually like, I'm done.
Yeah. How long? Like, when did you guys originate? Like
6 years ago.
Okay. Wow.
I know, it's a little sad actually. but in 6 years we've done a lot of really cool stuff, right? We get to tour a lot and get to play with some bands like I never thought I would have got to play with. So
yeah, you guys have done a lot of work for CF as well, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
well, I don't want to say definitely, like we did all this work, but we really like CF. Like Cystic Fibrosis Canada is one of the best charities in the country. They have like such a small overhead. They're just amazing. The people in Moncton that we work with are really good. They don't even have an office or anything. Like they're just all, and that sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing because they don't have any kind of full-time staff. They're not paying themselves. It's all volunteer based.
Wow.
So they're a fantastic charity, and I really believe in that as a great cause, and I think that is a disease that we can beat through research. So
cool.
Yeah. But what we did for work with them was we sold our last our Good Men EP. We sold that, and all the proceeds went to CF. So we ended up donating $3,300.
Wow.
And we're still going. We're not done. I mean, we're still selling that. So
we still have copies kicking around. So
yeah, once the copies are gone, I think, like we said, we're always going to have something on our merch table that if you buy it, the proceeds go to CF. We're just not going to be like really pushy about it in your face, like, hey, give us this money for CF. But we're always going to have like one merch item that's for them. Cause
that's awesome.
It's cool. It's like something that I think more bands should do. Really, I think bands should like kind of try to pick a charity and be like, yeah, this is what we support, and put some money to this. Because I mean, bands don't really do anything. Like my old band, like once we broke up, it was like, okay, what did we accomplish? Yeah. And the answer's nothing. Like literally nothing. We're just a bunch of dudes partying. Like it's really immature. So I don't know.
Is there a reason why you chose CF? Like, is it just because you really support it?
The first CF thing we ever did was here. We were playing a bar show here, and Allison King got in touch with us and was like, hey, do you want to do the CF thing? And I didn't know, at the time, I didn't know anything about CF at all. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And I just kind of got inspired by her. And from there, I learned a lot about CF. I'm like, wow, this is really amazing. No, it's not amazing, but I mean, there's a lot to learn. So after that, I think we were just sold. We're like, okay, that's it. We're going to start like actually doing some real work for a charity, not just be dudes in a band partying.
Right. And I think the more it went along, like the more we played shows for that and like selling the Good Men EP, like on the road we met a lot of people that like were affected by it, and like a lot of our friends as well, like that knew people or like, that we didn't even know really had it, you know what I mean, or was dealing with that in their lives. And
yeah, one of our good friends, it was like, my sister's getting a lung transplant, right? And I was like, no, I had no clue. Like, we met her, and it was just life changing. When we met her, like a few days after her lung transplant, we met her in Toronto. It was like, wow, it was crazy. She was just like, the first thing she said was, guess what I did today? And I was like, I don't know, what'd you do? She's like, I took a shower. And I was kind of like, yeah, that's awesome. You should do that every day. And she's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I haven't had a shower in over a year. Like, just all by myself. Just got in the shower. And she was just so thrilled to be able to do that. Like, because normally she's hooked up to machinery and stuff. But she was just so like thrilled about that. It was something like that, and that to me that was like where everything changed. We're just kind of like, all right, like let's really do this. If somebody is going through their life just happy to have a shower, it's like, all right, we gotta kick this thing's butt. Yeah.
So we had a fan question sent in. We had a couple actually.
A fan question.
Fan question, yeah.
Okay.
Hello. We got fans.
Who are these
people? Listen to our band.
What's the band's favorite cereal?
Oh, that is whoever you are, that is an amazing question.
It is, and I will knock it out of the park and say corn pops.
You know what?
I think I would have went with corn pops too.
Corn pops are really good. I'm not gonna lie; they're pretty much all sugar. But
exactly.
Okay, but do you want to know something? Do you want to know something? Get a box of Fruit Loops, right? I got one of those. Those like little packs, and you get all the little.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. Everybody loves those, and you always get like one or two kinds. You're like, I'm not gonna eat this.
All right. Like Krispies.
Yeah, like, why do you get like special? It's like Fruit Loops, right? And then like I don't know, corn pops and like Special K. You're like, What were you thinking? Why would I eat this? But anyway, Fruit Loops, the number one, not even the number 2 ingredient, but the number 1 ingredient is sugar. It's like ingredient is sugar. How is it the first ingredient? Like, that's insane.
How do you think they get fruit flavor in those like fun little loops?
Yeah, but you'd think there'd be an ingredient before sugar.
Like flour.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I feel like you're
Flour.
the only person who gets why I'm thinking of
Sugar's way more important
So
than flour.
they're made out of sugar?
That's right.
Anyway.
Sugar loops from heaven.
Can you imagine like
Yeah.
marketing those? Like, what's in it? Sugar. That's it.
So,
But they sell. Just put a stupid bird on there that has nothing to do with anything. Put a toucan on there. What kind of mascot do you think we should have? I think we should have toucan.
Okay.
That makes sense. Do you even work here? Alright. But okay, that was an amazing question. So I think do we all agree it's corn pops?
Sure.
Corn Pops is the cereal that, you know, if you have leftover milk, you're like, I could go for some more Corn Pops.
Yes!
And just like eat them till you have no more
That
milk.
is true.
I forgot about
Legit.
that. The leftover milk refill.
That's
oh
right.
my god.
Or it makes the milk
Classic.
so good you can just drink it and you're like, I'm drinking Corn Pops.
they should really bottle that milk if they could have like leftover.
Corn Pop milk. Alright, everybody that's studying marketing,
Corn pop milk.
Corn Pop milk is where it's at.
I'm getting
For this band
Next
anyways.
big thing.
That's right.
Okay, next fan question, because this is the best thing ever.
Next fan question.
Are you like? Do you actually have more?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we-
feel like a jerk.
we-
Like, oh, we only
You want to
have
get
one.
followed?
We only have
one.
We were asked. Actually, this is about food again. We got a couple food questions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like most-
We
If
are
you-
all about
Perfect.
food.
Yeah.
all about
Eating
food.
for eating.
Okay, well
That's
that's
the
good.
reason
then.
we tour, really.
It was just for the food.
Yeah.
That's why I travel.
Yeah.
The music is nice, but wow, that poutine.
Oh, so Zapatas.
Oh.
Yeah, that's happening.
That's happening.
I was asked to ask you guys about tacos. What's your opinion on tacos?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I have a beef with tacos. I have a beef mostly with Taco Bell, because like we were playing a show in Sydney, and you know when you wake up in the morning like after you've been partying and you just really want to punish yourself, so you go to Taco Bell.
I've never had Taco Bell.
Oh, don't. I mean,
We're not this again.
Is there Taco Bell movement?
Not
No.
anymore.
Not
anymore.
anymore.
There used to
Like,
be.
get
Yeah.
this garbage
We
out of
had
here.
well, we didn't have a whole restaurant. There was just an
Keeps me
express.
safe.
Instead of
Yeah.
ours.
Movie theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
well, Taco Bell has this way of like just bastardizing stuff like products. It's like new Mexican pizza. It's like Mexican pizza. Come on. And all it is, okay, all they've done is they've just taken a taco and taken the U-shaped taco and flattened it out. That's all it is. It's like a tortilla with beans and cheese and lettuce, and it's like salsa, and like, oh, it's a pizza now. And it's like, why is it a pizza? Because it's flat. You flattened a taco, and you're calling it a pizza. You have the audacity to call it a pizza. So I just got really sick of people like bastardizing just. Mostly Taco Bell, just making a mockery of like every food on the planet. Like, how dare you, Taco Bell? How dare you? So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna take it one step further, and I'm gonna make the most ridiculous tacos ever. And we've been doing it. We haven't done it as often as I thought we should, because frankly it's a lot of work. But we did make a taco out of breakfast cereal. We made a taco out of Spam, which was the most disgusting thing
it
I've
was
ever
the
eaten in my
best.
life.
All the tacos we make can be found on our website and
If you go to the Motorleague.ca, we have a little thing that says like Taco Thursday or something, which is really stupid because I mean Taco Tuesday sounds awesome.
It's true.
I'm like, oh, let's make it Taco Thursday. Like
Switching the days.
There's no alliteration there at all. Like it should have been Taco Tuesday. But anyway, we made some really gross tacos. I think the best one we made is we took a mini pizza and folded it up around a pizza pop, and that was actually delicious. I think everyone should try that.
What was the salsa on that one?
The salsa?
Yeah.
I don't know, like Reese's peanut butter cups or something. It was, I don't know. You can look at them all. They're pretty awesome. But yeah, so I just like making fun of tacos. Not even making fun of them, but just like let's just, you know what? If we're gonna destroy tacos, if we're gonna destroy the purity of real Mexican food,
Do it well.
let's do it. Let's
do
go
it
all
better
out.
than
Spam
Taco
and
Bell.
Mr. Noodles.
I have no clue if that even answered that question.
I
Just
don't
like
know.
tacos, go.
That was the thing. Like I was talking to a buddy of mine. He was like, "Ask Motorleague about tacos," and just go on for about a half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check. You have complete permission to cut me off too at any time. I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna get.
No, we like people talking.
I talk
Yeah,
so much.
we've
All right.
had we have interviews where people haven't talked at all, and it's been really sad.
You give me their phone number. I will
I will hunt them down.
call them right now. Come on, guys. Get your head in the game.
So you guys were talking about touring and stuff, and how you guys like to eat and stuff on tour. you guys just did Summer Sonic in Halifax. How did that go?
Dude, that was awesome. Like, I find with our band every once in a while we just get one of those like, hey, you guys want to play this show? And it's like, yes, like, obviously we want to play. So our like my personal favorite band is Propaganda, so we get to play with them, which was awesome and weird at the same time because we did name our band after one of their songs. So it was really awkward. Like I never ever wanted to share the stage with them. And when we got booked for that show, they were in the bill, and then they got added to the bill later. And I was like, "Oh, you're joking!" Like, that was really embarrassing for me.
I think they were really cool about it though. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
checked out our set and they were, stoked on it. And
There's a few bands that have taken their name from other band songs, so I mean, it's not like it's unheard of.
no,
Especially in
especially in Moncton.
Yeah, like some of the I don't know if you guys would be familiar with any Moncton bands, like, but I mean, all the Moncton bands that like have toured have done that. Like one of the biggest bands from Moncton ever was a band called Eric's Trip, and that's a Sonic Youth song. And there's a few other bands like Hope is a Descendant song, Sour Grapes is a band.
Yeah, there's a few here too.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mean, yeah, it's just kind of like
Maybe it's just a local
Yeah, I
thing,
was in
just
one.
reverence to the bands that inspired them.
it's just a cool thing. Like when you meet a bunch of guys, you're like, "What do you want to call our band?" And it's like, I don't know, Wet Toilet Paper. And they're like, "No, let's like." Actually, Wet Toilet Paper is the worst thing on the planet. Like it is the literal worst thing. There's nothing worse than wet toilet paper. If you get wet toilet paper on your arm, your day is ruined. It is.
It's like accidentally touching it, it's gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
How did we make
Although-
that turn?
How did we make it there?
I don't know, I just didn't want to have a band anymore. got mad about wet toilet paper.
Cold wet toilet paper is worse
Yes.
than warm wet toilet paper.
100% agree. Man, oh man, you are so right about that. I often said
Getting quoted.
that yes, that maybe like
Certain tones.
instead of bombing, I don't think we should bomb anybody. But look, if you're gonna bomb other countries with bombs, like no, don't do that because if you bomb other countries, right, and you level buildings, they're just like, oh, that sucks. But now we're gonna get developers in here. We're gonna put this $1 million building up. Like,
Yeah.
there's money being made on that. But if we just bombed everybody with wet toilet paper, people would just give
would
up.
just suck.
They would just show up and be like, oh, the building's covered in wet toilet paper. Like, we definitely have to get out of here. Like, we have to go settle another area.
Oh, now it's gonna dry up and like
It'll
create
be
this
like
paste.
And then when it
20
dries
years from
up,
now, Chernobyl.
oh yes, exactly. And when it dries up, you know what it does? It gets wet again. That's all. It's just a never-ending cycle of wetness. It's damp. It's soggy.
Geopolitics with the motor
It just
league.
gives you diarrhea.
So back to Summer Sonic, the poutine was awesome.
Where was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I didn't have the.
It was
poutine.
cheap and delicious. Whoever that food vendor was,
Mhm.
they made a killing.
Yeah, Summer Sonic was fun. Rise Against was really good.
Yeah.
The Vandals and Lagwagon were awesome, but I mean, for me, it was like Rise Against, Propaganda. Those were like the sets of the day.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a fantastic show. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people from St. John's there. That was cool.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Chris Cram was there. Cranford was there. So it was really cool. It was really cool to see for us to kind of go out and play. And we were first, obviously, so it was really easy for us to pick out like all the people in the crowd that were there, early to see us, like our friends and stuff. A lot of friend support. But yeah, it was rad. It was like, oh, you guys are from Moncton. Oh, you guys are from Newfoundland. You guys are from Sydney. Like, you could really pick out the pockets of people.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It
That's
brought
cool.
a lot of people together. It was fun. Thank you, Sonic Concerts, for having us play that show. letting us make it sound. Thank you for letting us play with your Lego.
We are so privileged.
We are. Well, we are, but we're
No.
lucky. It was good.
So is it true that you guys are doing a show in Florida at the end of October?
Yeah, we're actually doing a whole tour.
Wow.
We're doing the Fest, which is like a big punk festival.
Okay.
I think Propaganda's on that bill too. I'm not sure. I think they were. There's a
Last
few.
year, I don't think they're.
Oh, last year, okay. But yeah, there's a ton of great bands on that bill that we're really stoked to see. So we're just gonna go down and play that festival, and I think we're playing Saturday, and we're taking like the Friday and the Sunday. I think the Thursday too, and just like watching bands. And I'm kind of hopefully trying to convince these guys to let me go to like some form of amusement park, but I don't know. Everyone's like, dude, do you know how much the tickets are? I'm like, I know. Because all those theme parks are expensive, right?
But I mean, if you're going down, you might as well do it while you're down there.
I know.
Let's
Go to Epcot.
When you're living out of a caravan, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's also true. It's very expensive. But yeah, and then we're touring back up through the middle of the States, which we've never done before.
Cool.
So it's very nerve-wracking. Thank you for bringing that up. kind of trying to get all the paperwork together, and it's very scary. But we've never crossed the border as a band before, so there's a lot of hoop. You got to do a lot of stuff for that, a lot of work. But nobody wants to hear about that. So but yeah, we're excited to go to the States. And
So coming back to St. John's, we just talked about Halifax and Florida. Now we're coming back to St. John's. Do you guys enjoy playing here? I guess
We love it here.
Yeah.
well,
I've never been here before, so.
Yeah, okay, that gets into some of the questions I want to ask you. But yes, no, absolutely love St. John's. First time we ever came over, I think maybe it was like maybe an ECMAs or something, and we were just like, man, why don't we do this more often? Now I will say that I've fallen in love with flying rather than driving over. I don't think that driving over makes a lot of sense anymore because and the reason why I'm going to say is not even what you're thinking, but that ferry never ever ever leaves when it should.
No,
ever.
it's never on time.
It doesn't matter what the delay is. Like we always miss our first show. Like we missed 3 shows I think in Cornerbrook now because of the ferry leaving late. But it's like the first 2 times we're like, oh, you know, the seas are really crazy. We can't go out in this. And it's like, okay, fine, I get that. And then the second time they're like, oh no, the seas are super calm. Like come on. And then this guy's got like a bunch of drugs on the boat. So the RCMP had to come on and like raid him and stuff. And so it's like, are you serious? Like it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever the forces that rule the universe, like they do not want us to be on time.
If your boat was a certain amount of time late, though, you can get like recompensation. You can be like, "Hey, man,
Really?
this is way too late." Yeah, my coworker did that. It's something like I can't remember what she said. It was 8 or 10 hour like delay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can call them and be like, "This isn't cool, guys," and they'll give you like compensation for your next ferry trip.
Well,
Wow. And it's expensive. It's not cheap. And like
Yeah.
the time that we got raided, like the RCMP had to come on, and the worst is like they have the guy's truck in the middle of all these cars, right?
Yeah.
And then they got to get the RCMP vehicles up there. So it's like, oh, we're gonna have to move all these cars, Jeff.
Yeah.
And Jeff, Jeff's like freaking out, like, damn it. But anyway, we sat on the ferry for like 6 hours. And we're
Now,
like,
granted, I don't know if it's like it was only this summer or
Right.
if it was in previous instances that they had it and just people didn't know
Well-
and that's how they made money off of it.
for us to take the ferry, it's a 6-hour drive to the ferry, and then it's at least 12 hours on the ferry. Like
Yeah.
by the time you wait, by the time you get on, and then it's another 10 hours across the island, or it's a 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
It's just like it doesn't even make any sense. Let's just fly. And this time, for the first time, we rented a car. So now we can
Yeah.
we're gonna go up to Signal Hill. We're super excited about that. but I've been to St. John's a bunch. Okay, because we absolutely love playing here. Usually we play at Distortion. We played a few other places like Club One. We played Headquarters. Yeah, we played a bunch of places, and they're all really cool venues, and people are rad. Like it's just awesome, and people seem genuinely like thankful that you came. To like, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. So that's awesome. And we love that, and we get to see a bunch of our friends, and you get to have a lot of beverages till really early in the morning, and wedge poutine and zapatas. I love zapatas chili
the
so
best
much.
chili in the
Oh
world.
man! But I think that people that live here are like, dude, what are you doing? Don't eat that. You know when you go somewhere like you're not from, and you can eat at
Yeah.
any place at all, because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know like that they have slave labor, or you don't know that they're like
Yeah.
horrible employers. Like you don't know any of that stuff. You're just ignorant, and sometimes that's a good thing. So
It's when you tell somebody like you're stoked on going to a restaurant because I don't know we love food and going to eat and stuff, and then you're like, oh yeah, we went to this place, and they're like, oh, and you just get that face. You're like,
yeah, but I'm not saying zapatas is like that.
No.
I have no clue, but I just love it.
I just love getting the
love it,
face
love
from
it,
people that are
love
like,
it.
why'd you go there?
Yeah, with the
Ugh.
chili, man.
Yeah.
And then I go there like, oh, Chili Man's back. Like they call me.
That's
I'm
right.
like,
That
don't-
lady knows you.
I don't
now.
want to
She
be.
loves
I don't
you.
want to be called that. I used to drink a lot of Pepsi, and the guy at the convenience store he just moved to Moncton. He was like Korean, and he'd always be like, "Oh, Pepsi Man," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to be known as Pepsi Man. Like that's not something I want to be."
That's the title for the Pepsi delivery.
I since gave up the Pepsi and dropped 472 pounds, but still, Okay, but we do love coming here to St. John's, and my question would be, we took Francis to St. John's our last trip over, and Andrew's never been to St. John's. So what are some things that you guys would say that these guys? I think me and Sean may have done that, but like we have 50% of our band is a St. John's rookie. What are some things that we have to get them to do?
One of the awesome things like that I've done this summer, it was my first time doing it, was just walking like along George Street and like the harbor front and like all of downtown like 11:30 at night. Like it was awesome. It was just
That's pretty much prime time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing that for sure.
That's happening.
A few times ago we were here, one of the bartenders from Distortion took us to see the sunrise through what's that area called when you
the
go?
Narrows.
The Narrows, yeah. They
Yeah.
took us to see the sunrise in the Narrows, and that was amazing. That was like, whoa. It looked like something in a video game, like, or like a Lord of the Rings.
It should have like epic
Like, I could see,
soft
like,
music
Frodo
in the back,
sailing
like
up to
just
the-
building up and building up.
Yeah.
As soon as the sun comes, you're like,
Yeah, we got to do
It
that.
happens.
Okay, so George Street. I mean, obviously, we're definitely doing George Street tonight. We got to take these guys down there, like during peak George Street time. Water Street for sure. Sunrise at the Narrows. Fish and chips, obviously. I want to try Fish and Brew, because it's not what I thought it was. I always thought Fish and Brew would be
Fish and Brews?
Yeah, Fish and Brews. I thought it was like fish with beers, right? That's just what it obviously shows
So
what everyone
what is
assumes it is.
It's like I don't even know what it
Beer
is.
bag?
It's just like a mushed up bunch
Yeah,
of
it's just
stuff.
mush.
It's like fish with bread.
I can get behind mush.
Yeah, we could definitely get fish mush. Fish mush. So
Man,
we gotta try some
these
fish.
guys have
Very
had
fish
spam tacos. I'm pretty sure they'll eat anything.
Okay, you should seriously. I'll show you a picture of the spam tacos. And what I did was we're. What are you doing?
Well, we got fish mush.
Oh, fish mush.
Fish and Brews.
We're looking at a picture of Fish and Brews.
Alright.
That looks delicious.
It does look pretty
It's
good. So that's the
hard
mush there.
bread. Yeah.
Hard bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jig's dinner is a lot better than
Jig's
Fish
dinner?
and Brews, though.
Yeah.
Well,
We've
a lot of
heard
times
that about that.
what Sean and I do is like I'll order one plate, he'll order the other plate,
Oh,
and we
gotcha.
trade because
We
we're
share
pretty
like a couple.
we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
we really like
Lady in the Tramp here.
you know what it is though?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not even that we're a couple, like that we act like a couple. We act like we gave up on life.
Yeah.
Really, because like once you're on the road, you get a hotel. There's no chance of you ever sleeping in your own hotel bed by yourself. Like you're always sleeping next to another dude.
Yeah.
Always. And at first you're like, you do that thing where it's like, well, you sleep under the sheets and I'll sleep over the sheets. But after a while, you're just like, I don't even care, dude.
We
I
got
don't-
there today and we took naps and we all, big spoon, little spoon. Or jetpack astronauts.
I'm definitely bad for spooning people in my
Yeah,
sleep.
I've woken up a couple times.
Yeah,
it seems like
there's
me and
even
Don have
pictures
paired
of
up.
Don spooning me. It's great.
And I don't know if I'm like doing it in my sleep or I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go with
I
it.
just like the warmth.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna get spooned.
So Fish and Brews and Jig's dinner. That's what we're gonna have tonight.
Done.
Do you guys recommend anywhere? Like I heard Kelly's is
if
good.
you're down around, and you don't feel like you're Winky's Poutine, there's a new
Oh, that's
poutine-
also happening.
Yeah,
Thank you
there's a
very
new
much.
poutine place down there called Smokes.
Oh, you guys have a smokes?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
just
Smokes.
got a Smokes.
Oh.
yeah.
Like,
We don't have a smokes in our city in
There's one in
Moncton.
Fredericton
There's
and
one in-
Halifax.
And Halifax
so
and
it's only
St.
a matter
John's.
of time.
It's like you're rubbing it in. It's like, oh, everyone's got one except for you guys.
yeah, like
It's
we
true.
just got it. So.
And it's like we're in Moncton. Like we're like basically the second home of the poutine. Like we should have a smokes.
Yeah.
But maybe they're afraid. Maybe they're like, oh, those people are poutine purists. Like,
Oh,
we
they've
don't
got
wanna-
poutine pizza.
We don't want to. We don't know if we should do this.
Don't step on any toes.
Huh. Smokes.
Get ready, Dana. Smokes is coming.
Smokes is coming. Yeah, it's coming for sure. Okay, we might do smokes. Like we might also do Winkies. We got a couple nights though.
Oh, we got a couple meals to cover.
Yeah, we definitely do. Cool. Okay,
It's
so
like you guys are on a cruise. It's like you eat all the time when you're on tour.
I know it sounds like
That's
like
what I'm
saying.
saying. That's
Bro.
what I'm saying. We tour to play 30 minutes a night and get sweaty, and that's fun. And the rest of it is just concentrating on where we're gonna eat.
But it has to be because you're right. We tour. Sometimes you drive like 8 hours to play a 30-minute show. If you think about that, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like driving 8 hours to play 30 minutes. So it has to become about something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to become about food or. And I kind of feel like we sound like we're like all 722 pounds each, but we're not. Like we're somehow.
We work it off by
We
playing.
kept trim.
Yeah.
I mean, you sweat so much on stage. Some of
That's
it
right.
must
Yeah, exactly.
work off.
Tonight I'm going to sweat out 2006. That's what I'm going to do.
There you
That's
go.
my goal.
The good years.
The good. Wait, this is the good years, man. We're in the good years. Like, people, like these are the good old days. We're here. We're in St.
Right.
John's. We got new friends.
Definitely.
It's awesome. We've never been here before to the radio station.
It's great.
It's awesome. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
I'm not knocking the presents.
Okay. Thank you for having us. We're gonna miss the FA 1979 because we're gonna be on tour.
That's right. That crushes my soul. However, I'm gonna be on tour in the States for the first time, so I'm alright.
Okay. Good.
So, you said you played here a few times before.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your favorite place, your favorite venue in St. John's to play?
Normally we play Distortion.
Really?
Yeah, like that's just, I don't even know when the first time we ever played there was, but we just kind of played there and we met Glenn and he was a rad dude to us and he was just like, it's just been good. Like, it's just been this thing where it's like, okay, well, that's obviously where we're playing. Like, we're not really like searching around for other places to play. We pretty much have a good
You don't need to.
relationship.
Like, Distortion is just awesome. They treat us really good.
Yeah.
They have a
That's
good
fair.
stage.
And we've had other people be like, oh, you should play my bar, I'll pay you more. And
We're like,
we're like, oh, that's cool, but
no.
kind of don't want to like cheat on our girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like, right? If you go play somewhere else, it kind of feels like you're betraying the
Yeah.
bar that has always treated you well. You know, it's one of those bars that like, you know, was like, oh, you guys come play here, like come play here, when nobody else cared at all. And then now other people are like, oh, come play here. It's like, no, we'll play that place that was good to us. I like that bar.
Yep.
I like the deck. I like the Winkies poutine outside.
Right. Everything is
It's the
so
best part.
convenient.
Convenient.
Close.
There.
Yeah, no, St. John's is rad. But I mean, like the other places we played were all cool too. Don't get me wrong. Like I like them all for different reasons. Like the HQ is, I guess it's not even there anymore. I think it's another bar now. But it had a cool stage and it looked really awesome.
Yeah. I think Distortion just feels like our St. John's home bar that we play, I guess. Like it just feels, you know, you
Yeah.
walk in there and you're like, all right, this
Like
is
Cheers.
It's cozy and
Yeah.
people are cool. So
Yeah.
it's good.
And they do the rounds with us. So like, okay, your first round of beer is going to be a Black Horse, and then after that you're having a Dominion, and then an India. Like, well, make you try every one of them. I
Yeah.
love that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
sure, we'll do that. But it's awesome that you guys have your own breweries here, like really good, like just Newfoundland beer. That's so rad. We don't really have that as much. We kind of do, but not really. Like, hear people
Not with
drink
the pride.
Newfoundland beer. It's awesome. I'm into it.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
do it.
pretty cool because I mean we pretty much are our own like Canadian subculture, like
You know,
in that kind of
you know,
There's
you,
that
regard.
vibe, yeah.
you nailed it though, because you guys, like, one of the first times I was here, somebody was like, "Oh, well, let's go to a fashion show." I'm like, "A fashion show? Like, what do you mean a fashion show?" And they're like, "No, like it'll be awesome." And we went, and first of all, it was packed. There's cameras going off everywhere, and I was like, "Where are we?" And everybody was wearing like clothes that were made in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And it was all like Newfoundland fashions, and it's like you guys are really independent, and there's
Yeah.
no other place in Canada that has that sense of like that solidarity and that like independence. Really, where it's just like, oh, we can have our own fashion scene that you guys don't even know about. Like,
Yeah.
go screw yourself, mainland.
Right.
But it was awesome. It was really, really, really cool. I think you're right. There is like not even like a subculture, but like a culture here.
Yeah.
It's pimp, and we really enjoy visiting. And
Yeah.
we love it. Maybe we'll move here.
There have been bands that have done that. They've moved here for the Newfoundland music scene and stuff.
Yeah, there are some really cool bands. I wanted to get some local vinyls last time, but I went to Fred's like 5 minutes after I played. It closes early on Saturday.
right.
So today
no.
or tomorrow I'm getting my vinyls.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty excited. Okay.
So yeah, I have a two-part question. The other part is a fan question. So I'll start with my question and then I'll go with the fan question. What are your thoughts on the supporting bands you guys are playing with?
Awesome. I'm a really big fan of Bridges that I'm playing with, and we get to play with our friends in Rocket Ship and Thrones again. And I know I'm forgetting some names, but opening for Chevy is going to be awesome as well.
Okay, Chevy's super rad. I've been in that band for forever. I've never Black Bags. Okay, my cousin's in that band. Weirdly enough, which is awesome. And Liz is really super cool. So Black Bags are rad. The Thrones guys, man, those guys are insane. Those guys are awesome. They're just like they're always like every 5 minutes, like you guys gotta come back. You guys, we'll do everything for you. Like everything you need. Like if you need $27, I'll give you $27. It's like whoa, okay, guys, calm down. But like don't calm down because they're really awesome. And obviously the Rocket Ship guys are like super cool. Man, I think we played with them when they were in Corner Brook, when they lived in Corner Brook. They didn't even live here.
They came
That was a
down.
while ago.
Yeah, that was a super while ago, and they were just like, one day we're gonna move to the city and be in a band. And they did, they totally did. And I've just been really yelling at them every time I see them. Like, I'm like, would you please come to the mainland? It's like, please guys, like Newfoundland's amazing, but at some point in time in your band's career, you have to go and play the rest of Canada. I'm sorry, but you have to. I think, right? Like pretty much all Newfoundland bands get to a point where they're like, okay, we got to go see the rest of Canada, right? Like, and I'm just mad at them. I'm like, okay, Newfoundland's amazing, guys, but you do know there's another part of the country, right? Like, you have to come. We can come to Newfoundland 18 times in a year, and Rocket Ship can't come to the mainland once in like 7 years. I'm calling them out. Like, come on, guys, get over it. It's time. Like, you guys are grown-ups now. Like, let's do it. Get over there. But I think they're actually coming in November when we're away. So
Of course.
yeah. But anyway, best of them. And yeah, Bridges are awesome. We played with them like two trips ago, and they're a super rad band too. Very technical, very intense. Eh?
Yeah, we played 2 shows with them, and it's great.
And they're
Right
very
up my alley
very
of
humble.
bands.
They're very like, oh hey, how's it going? We're in Bridges. Like they're very like they don't actually talk like that at all, but they're very calm and like very collected.
I think
very,
you still have their pin on your guitar strap or something like that.
I don't know. And I never know if I'm saying this right, but Dick Gina?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Is that right? It sounds very offensive.
Yeah.
But amazing.
But those guys were hilariously awesome, and they were really fun to watch. A little bit of like, almost, you know what? There's almost a little bit of Richard Coyne in them.
Yeah,
Which
but
is-
more like dirty and angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really fun live show. Really fun, energetic, but like kind of funny, but also super serious live show. Yeah, I really enjoyed them. So I think we're gonna play with them tomorrow. So yeah, so we're super stoked.
Cool.
So the next question is a fan question. What's your biggest peeve about supporting bands,
If any.
if any, at all?
I think we all have some.
My personal one is bands that show up and they're like, oh, we didn't have enough room in our car for this piece of gear, and can we kind of use yours? Which is, I'm all about sharing gear. It's fine, but it's pretty funny when that happens.
Yeah, sometimes it is when bands show up and they just don't have like their equipment. It's
Oh,
kinda-
we didn't have room for this extra piece of gear, but
We
we
didn't have
brought
room for
3 of
our
our
bass player.
friends.
Yeah. One of my biggest things is like bands that, number one, take way too long to set up or tear down. Like bands that just take so long to get going. Like, in my opinion, like when a band is done, the next band should be on within 7 minutes. It's like, let's keep the energy of the show going, right? Like shows like build up and the band's really crazy, and then all of a sudden they're done and the energy just drops, and then it's like you got to build it up again. But if it was like band and they were really good and the next band's even better and they just keep going, people are gonna go, oh my god. But like bands that take too long between songs and they talk, and if you're a really good front man and you're great at talking, you're really funny and you can engage the crowd, oh man, awesome. Like I love that. But if you're not and you're not really comfortable on stage, like I hate it. And it's like, okay, the song's called Julie. We got 3 more songs left. Nobody cares how many songs you have left. Like just play your songs. You know, don't put 17 minutes of air in between your songs. Like get up and play and just like hit it out of the park, but don't narrate your set. You're like, at this point I'm gonna tune. Oh yeah, man, that's the thing too, tuning. Like, don't mention tuning. Like,
Get a pedal,
get
and
a
there's
pedal.
no such thing as a tuning song.
No, I hate that when people are like, oh, we're gonna play the tuning song now, and they tune. It's like, yeah, that joke's super original, Jeff.
I'm loving the groove in that song.
Yeah. Okay, I think I just got really mad, and we want to get it like back into the realm of funny again.
Well, he asked what our peeves were. So.
Oh, and you know what? It's a really good question though. What like some pet peeves are, but I mean those are just things that I just see with really like with younger bands, right? And the funny thing is, I've done every one of those things.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
bands.
you learn, right? Like you do it, and then if it happens that you're slow, you're like, oh, I guess I won't do that next time.
Yeah.
And it's never like anything to hold a grudge over or anything
No.
like that. But yeah, it's
But
like,
you know what more bands should do though? Really, is they should videotape their sets and go back and watch them, and just watch like at what point the energy is going up, like amazingly up, like oh this is awesome, and then at what point the energy drops, right?
when
And
the
just,
tuning starts.
yeah, the tuning song or like too much gap, like too much of an area in between songs, and like that, like just videotape your set and watch it, and you'll be amazed at like really like because that's what football players do, right? They watch themselves play football. And they're like, oh, we did this play really badly. We should have done it better, Jeff. But I don't know who Jeff is. But okay, cool. We have any more questions? This is super fun.
We got some fewer questions if you don't mind sticking around.
Of course.
Okay.
We have all the time in the world.
So to kind of go into about your new album, do you want to talk a little bit about planning and recording and that kind of process, or has that not started yet? Or
Oh yes, it's been started. It's been started and finished for a while now.
okay,
I won't go into detail about how long it's been. But,
It's been 3 years that the
Okay.
album's been finished for. Almost 3. It'll be 3 years in January. And yeah, I mean, everything we put out before, we put it ourselves, and now we have like a label and management and stuff, and that just seemed to slow everything down immensely because they're always working on something, or like, oh, we need to add more songs, we need to record more like hit singles and all that kind of stuff, and it's just brutal. It's like, man, we should have just put it out. Like, those songs are old to us. We don't even want to play them, and no one's even heard them. I don't want to play them live. Like, I want to play new stuff.
yeah,
But we got this album in the can. But it's good. Like, I'm really proud of that album. I just wish it was out.
But we went back and we did a few extra songs that is gonna come out on a 7-inch soon, before the end of the year, and after that we'll release the full record in the new year and go from there and take over the world.
Yes, I think the album, I'm really proud of it. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's a super solid record, especially because we went back and recorded more songs for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we recorded like over 20 songs now, like potentially for that record. But it's good, yeah. But it's just crazy when you get involved with like, you know, you're always like, oh, we want to get signed and we want to have management and all that stuff, and then you do it and you're like, yeah, this is a bummer. Like this was easier when we were just, you know, just ourselves, just us putting stuff out because you can do it way quicker.
Yeah. So, who does the songwriting in your band? Is it one person, collaborative?
It's very collaborative.
Yeah.
I think right now I come to the table with most of the ideas and be like, here, and then these guys are like, no, man, that song really sucks, dude. You have to come up with something better.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that, you know, that I always have this, like, quality. Because, like, sometimes I want to write really wussy songs, too, and they're like, no, dude, that's too wussy. You can't go that wussy. Like, there's a level of wuss that I can come close to but not go past.
Yep.
I think that everybody that's in the band now were fans of the band before they joined, like since pretty much the beginning, in my case anyways. And yeah, it's just like that thing where you're like, no, we gotta get back to our roots. Or keep it, you know, like keep it special, or keep the reasons why you liked the band before, you know, keep those alive when you're actually in the band, I guess. That's what it's like for me anyways.
But, and the other thing, like, with the writing, like, it was always me and our old guitar player, Nathan, would do, like, you know, the majority of it, and he can't tour with us anymore. He's still playing with us when he can, but he can't go on the road for long periods of time anymore. So, it's really weird without him. It's like a whole new, you know, the dynamic of songwriting changes, like, every 6 months in this band. But, you know what, musically, I've never been happier with this, and I'm not just saying that because you guys are here. Actually, it's
Waves
good.
fist.
No, we did, like, the last time we were in the studio, it was like, kind of something happened where we're like, yeah, this is really cool. We were recording live, like, off the floor, meaning, like, everyone was playing at once, and we were recording, like, this is happening. Like, this is, I guess we're at the point now in our band where it's like, we're musically the best we've ever been. Which, I mean, I hope so, because we're getting worse. It's really depressing. But, you know, I'm just sad. Okay, no, but for real. Yeah, I think I do most of the writing, and then these guys flesh it out.
All right.
So about one more question. It's a fan question, unrelating to the album.
I love these fan questions. This is amazing.
Just open a live
They all just
Facebook
came
post.
in, and I was like,
Right?
what?
Okay.
We never get fan questions.
Yeah, like you guys prompted the most fan questions we've ever had. Like
I'm
we
so
had
happy.
Oh,
Excellent.
there you go.
I'm literally, I got a little tear. I'm not even joking. Okay.
I might be pooping my pants right now.
These are nice, expensive chairs, man. Don't ruin the
I
chairs.
don't want to ruin the smell in here.
No.
It's a nice.
It's very
It's an
breezy
aroma.
in here.
It's a nice
Yeah.
aroma.
Yeah. Dude.
Okay.
What's your favorite pizza joint in St. John's?
Ooh,
Oof.
pizza.
That is, you know what the funny thing is? I don't think anyone has an answer because
We always go for the grease.
We never
the,
get
like
pizza.
the fried stuff.
now, okay, I don't know the names of these places, you guys can help me, but like in the middle of George Street there's one that we sometimes get.
Right.
And that's okay.
Oh,
Sal?
Sal's, I think.
Is it
Yeah.
maybe- that's okay, that's not bad.
That's that like little.
Yeah. I know what you're
Like you
talking
walk in one door and walk out the other guy.
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
The lineup's always killer long, but I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
Now there was a place that the lady was super rude to you last time. Remember that?
Okay, I got this pizza joint story. Okay, so I go to this pizza joint that's like right outside of Distortion, and this lady's like, "Oh, you guys playing a band?" And we're like, yeah. And she's like, "Oh, where are you guys playing?" "Oh, Distortion." "Oh, so you must be playing for the Crackheads."
I'm pretty sure that
And,
pizza joint is closed though, is it?
Yeah, and I was like,
Like-
"Oh, well, thanks. You know, thanks for the name calling there." And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that, you know, nobody's doing crack up there from experience."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, well, you know, there's always the crackheads up there." I notice I'm trying to do the accent, but failing terribly. But anyways, yeah, so she was just very rude about us playing at Distortion and how it was like this crackhead bar. And coming from this 50-year-old lady with pink hair, right? So it's just like, yeah.
I think though Karma though, like I think it is closed though. I'm not certain.
I'm not sure.
But-
yeah.
I just regret having
No.
paid for my pizza before that comment was issued, because otherwise it would have been chucked at her pink hair. So, yeah, I'm happy that happened. It was funny. We had a good laugh for the rest of the evening out of that, and never returning that pizza joint again. And if it's closed, then F her, right?
Wow.
There you go.
And on that note,
Angriest I've ever seen you. There's a place on Water Street that has real donaires too. Real donaires are increasingly hard to get in Canada, like in central Canada and stuff. We went to a place in Ontario and the guy's like, I have the best donaire ever in Canada. We're like, okay, like, dude, let's do this. And it was horrible. It wasn't even close to a donaire. And I love that St. John's, like, you guys know what donaires are. Like, St. John's knows what a donaire should be.
yeah.
And I love that they don't even put the sauce on. Like, a lot of times they just give you a cup full of sauce. I'm like, do your worst, man. Do your worst. It's like,
Okay,
thank you.
question. Do you guys call it donaires or donors?
Nobody calls
Donaires.
it
I've heard it
I used to think
donaires.
But
All right.
who calls it
Donors.
donors?
Everybody from out west. Out west,
Get
it's
some downers.
donors.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, you got a donor.
What?
Yeah, but Newfoundland is not west.
No, exactly. Just wondering though. Everyone from out west does that. I'm just wondering if further east they do that too or no. Which they don't.
No,
So good.
donaires, man. St. John's knows what a real donaire should
Right.
be. Awesome. Good for you. So yeah, that's our. But that didn't answer the question. Unfortunately, we don't know many pizza places, and maybe we should get pizza here.
I
Should
think
we add
that
it
instead
onto
of
the
like
list?
touring as like music, you should do like start like a show and like tour all the restaurants and stuff.
Food tour. Is that what you were trying to say?
We've been saying that like
World food
We
tour.
wanted to do this thing where it's like, okay, we go to every city and try to get the best slice of pizza in that town, but we just got lazy and we just never did it. We just never like stuck our nose down and did it. It's you always get shy, like right before you do it, like walking to a pizza place with a camera, like you kind of like freeze up. But we definitely should do more like of a culinary thing.
Oh, we need to start this new hip thing called a blog.
blog. I've heard of this blog. Quite
Sounds
popular.
kind of disgusting, but you know, can attract some attention.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna call it Bloga Pants. That's the name of our blog, blogapants.ca. Like blog pants.
Yeah.
Bloga Pants. All right, it's happening. Cool.
Cool. So
You got-
thank you. Oh, wait.
Yeah, so you guys have anything else to
Yeah.
throw in here? Or no?
Playing at Distortion,
Yeah.
2 shows on Saturday.
Super happy to be here. I don't know what your time is like. I don't know if he's like. I have a good friend Adam lent me this guitar. Totally up to you guys. But
If you guys want to play a song, yeah.
what do you like? What do you like for time? Like you got it.
Oh God.
Are you chunking? Are you gonna like truncate this anyway?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna let this play.
Okay. Wow. I wouldn't mind simply because Adam Baxter's awesome and
Yep.
he went to all this trouble of like stringing his guitar up. For
Okay,
us, and we
Put on
practiced.
something else so they can
We
get ready.
can take a break. We're being so professional here, but we'll take a break and
Yeah.
we'll come back with Motorleague.
Cool.
Are you working with a group? Do you need to have more space and a comfortable working environment? Then come into the Commons. We now have 6 collaborative workstations in place to help your group projects come together. These stations can accommodate up to 6 people at a time and can be booked online on our website. To learn more, please come visit us at the 2nd floor of the QE2 library or visit us online at thecommons.mun.ca.
To be a mentor, you don't have to have some special talent. That's why we're having some real-life mentors sing for us. Hit it, guys.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Thanks, that was awful. So remember, to mentor a child, you don't have to be perfect.
Row, row, row your
Please stop. You just have to call Save the Children toll-free at 1-877-BA-MENTOR.
A message brought to you by Save the Children and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Dave Shears from Rocket Ship, and you're listening to The Party on CHMR.
For 20 years.
Exxon. A quarter pound of fresh beef. Cable TV. Diet Pepsi.
LSD.
Lord Jesus Christ himself. America's willingness to go to war. Chevron.
I've been on drugs for 20 years.
And besides all that, you're listening to CHMR FM.
Listen to 93.5 CHMR FM every Sunday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for completely improvised acts. Who's Got the Mic is the name of the show, and what you'll hear are things completely made up on the spot by our performers. It's sure to be a barrel of laughs. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Who's Got the Mic. Again, that's every Sunday night, 8 to 9 p.m. Be sure to tune in.
Nice. All right, we're back with Motorleague. Hello.
Hello. That sounds horrible.
And you guys have a song for us.
Yeah, this is Good Men. This is a song that we raised all the money for cystic fibrosis with, and this is obviously our acoustic rendition of it, which is really fun. And Adam Baxter, awesome local musician who lent us his guitar to play it.
Awesome.
So, thank you, Adam. Cheers.
Can't we agree on nothing? It's our display. The only thing we got in good at is arguing. Are you a better man? Are you a better man than me? We built a lavish soapbox of ignorance, a thankless gift to a generation of malcontents. Are you failed? We failed. If you're a better man than me. Are you the pinnacle of all that we've become? Make comments, be a legacy in gold, in stone. Weak-willed and critical all alone. Is this how deplorable we are? We are. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Is this a foreign method to hold your tongue? To keep you from weighing in on what you've never done? Are you a better man? Are you a better man than me? We failed, we failed. If you're a better man than me. Are you the pinnacle of all that we've become? Make comments, be the legacy in gold, in stone. Weak-willed, critical, all alone. Is this how deplorable we are? We are. Are you the pinnacle of all that we've become? Make comments, be a legacy in gold, in stone. Weak-willed, critical, all alone. Is this how deplorable we are? We are.
Hey, man, remember Your Peter Max psychedelic poster? The go-go boots you wore with your Mary Quant false eyelashes? Sit-ins, love-ins, laugh-ins, hippies, yippies, bippies, op art, pop art, and art link letter? Then there's something else you ought to remember. You're over 45 and you're at risk of developing diabetes. Please call the Canadian Diabetes Association at 1-800-BANTING for more info, because you need to know. Peace, man.
You're listening to 93.5 CHMR FM St. John's, Bell Alliant Channel 825, Rogers Digital Cable Channel 942, or on the web at chmr.ca. CHMR is alternative music in St. John's. Listen in for interesting music, shows, and news direct from the CHMR studios on the campus of Memorial University.
Tonight is
Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay. We're back
Tonight.
on the party.
Yes.
With Motorleague.
Is your show called The Party?
The Party.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, party. I'm the only one.
Yeah, you're
I didn't know
alone.
Party! Family! Definitely party. We are partying.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming in very much.
Yes.
Thank you for the performance.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for everything.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to
Yeah.
town and performing.
See, people are grateful.
Yeah.
No, we're super excited. We're really glad to be back. Thanks so much for having us, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, and check out Motorleague tonight down at Distortion. 10:30 start time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is for sure.
Yeah.
With
Just-
Chevy
I don't know.
and
Yeah.
Black Bags, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks guys for coming in.
Thank you. Yay. Applause. Yay.